Curious about how property taxes impact your budget or looking to make a smart real estate purchase in South Carolina? Stick around because in just a few minutes, you'll learn exactly how to uncover essential property tax information using a simple address, empowering yourself with the knowledge you need for savvy decisions. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to dive right into unlocking South Carolina property taxes. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover SC property tax basics, calculating your tax liability, searching records by address, exemptions to lower taxes, and we'll wrap things up with the tax appeal process. Let's get to it. Number 1, SC property tax basics. Just to set the stage here, South Carolina uses a highly localized ad valorem tax system across 46 different counties, and there's actually no centralized state database. It can be a little frustrating at first, but we're going to get through it. Number 2, calculating your tax liability. Before we jump online to look up a property, we really need to understand the basic math. Okay, so how is your tax actually calculated? It's a pretty straightforward formula. Property value multiplied by the assessment ratio multiplied by the millage rate. You're going to hear that term, millage rate, a lot. What is it? Basically, 1 mil equals 1,000th of a dollar, or $0.001. These rates are incredibly site-specific. They're set every single year by local county councils and school districts to fund things like public education, fire departments, and libraries. Because they are so hyperlocal, a house on one side of a street could literally have a different tax bill than a house on the exact opposite side, just because they fall into different special tax districts. Wild, right? Now, let's talk about that assessment ratio. South Carolina's constitution strictly dictates these varying ratios, and it's absolutely crucial to understand them. If a property is your primary, owner-occupied legal residence, you get a highly favorable 4% ratio. But if it's a commercial property, a second home, or corporate-owned agricultural land, that ratio bumps right up to 6%. And for manufacturing, it's assessed even higher at 10.5%. So what does this actually mean for you? It means the exact same house worth the exact same amount of money will have a significantly different tax bill depending entirely on whether you live in it full-time or run it out. But hey, here's some really reassuring news. Despite all this complex math and those varying ratios, South Carolina's median effective property tax rate is a super favorable 0.72%. To put that in perspective, the national median is 1.02%. So South Carolina remains an incredibly attractive spot for real estate investment and homeownership. Number 3, searching records by address. Let's look at how to actually pull this data online. All right, so now that we've got the math down, how do we find these records? Well, since there's no single statewide database, you must navigate individual county portals. Your literal first step is always identifying the correct county. You've got 46 counties to choose from, and each one manages its own unique digital system. So you really have to pinpoint the specific county assessor or treasurer's website for the address you're looking up. Let's look at a real-world comparison of 2 major coastal counties to see how these systems completely differ. In Charleston County, it's a breeze. They use a Public Access Now portal, where you just drop a street address into an open search bar. Easy. But if you're searching in Horry County, where Myrtle Beach is, there's definitely more friction. Their land record system often makes you create a user profile first, plus their payment portal requires very strict data entry, like putting the owner's last name first with absolutely 0 punctuation. Knowing these little local quirks is going to save you a massive amount of time and headache. Let's walk through a hypothetical live search using Charleston County's system. Step 1, you navigate to their specific portal. Step 2, enter the physical street address into the search field. Step 3, hit search and pull up that digital property record card. This card is your absolute goldmine. It's going to show you the current appraised value, the exact millage rates applied, and, most importantly, the tax history. You can see right there on the screen if those taxes were paid by the state's strict January 15th deadline, or if there are any outstanding penalties hanging over the property. But what happens if you enter an address and nothing comes up? Before you panic, keep this actionable tip in mind. Some counties have serious privacy mechanisms in place. Take Richland County, for example. Their portal, Spatialist, actually lets verified property owners opt out of public online mapping. So if an owner used that privacy feature, their address just won't show up in a public web search. In that case, you'd likely just need to call the local assessor's office directly to verify the information. Number 4, exemptions to lower taxes. Let's talk about legally lowering that bill. The biggest tool in the toolbox here is the South Carolina homestead exemption. If you're 65 or older, totally disabled, or legally blind, and you've held the title to your primary residence for at least a year, you qualify. This is a total game changer because it literally removes the first $50,000 of fair market value from your taxable base before any of that math we talked about is even applied. In a state with already low rates, knocking 50 grand off your assessment means some really meaningful annual savings. Just remember, this doesn't happen automatically. You have to proactively apply for it through your county auditor. Now, what if you're a real estate investor, a business owner, or buying a second home? You absolutely need to know about the ATI, or Assessable Transfer of Interest exemption. Usually, when a property changes hands, its taxable value resets to the new market purchase price. For those 6% ratio properties we mentioned earlier, that can trigger a massive, sudden tax spike for the buyer. The ATI exemption softens that blow big time. It provides up to a 25% tax reduction on the difference in market value after an ownership transfer. It's a vital tool to keep commercial and vacation properties affordable right after you purchase them.
Number 5, the tax appeal process. What to do if you spot a discrepancy.
By state law, South Carolina counties have to do a mandatory property reassessment every 5 years. Let's say you pull up that digital record card and realize the county has completely overvalued your property. You can take action, but you've got to be fast. The legal urgency here is paramount. On day 1, when that reassessment notice is mailed, the clock starts ticking immediately. You have a strict 90-day window to file a formal written objection. That day 90 deadline is huge. This isn't just a casual phone call or an email, guys. If you miss this 90-day window, you generally lose your right to appeal the value for that entire tax year. Here's how that formal appeal process actually works across 3 administrative levels. Step 1, you file that written objection with the county assessor. I highly recommend gathering and supplying strong evidence right out of the gate, like a recent independent appraisal or comparable sales data. If the assessor denies it, step 2 is to appeal to the County Board of Assessment Appeals. And if you're still not getting a resolution, step 3 is requesting a contested case hearing at the South Carolina Administrative Law Court. Honestly, bringing undeniable evidence from day 1 is your absolute best strategy for success here. While this explainer aims to provide comprehensive guidance, it's important to note that tax laws can change, and individual circumstances vary. For personalized advice, consider consulting a professional tax advisor. Now that you hold the keys to decode the local math, navigate the county portals, and appeal unfair assessments, the real question is, how much money are you leaving on the table by not checking your own address right now? Dive in and take control of your real estate decisions today.